Lock length check. Not to brag or whatever, but it's a flourishing. It's really flourishing. Can you see? Do we live? Do we love? I love it.
Wanted to do a lock update. Oh my god, Zoe, why? Where? In the bathroom? No, upstairs, the towel should not be in the hallway. That's the problem. It shouldn't be in the hallway. But we're doing a lock update. I'm gonna go. Wow, so you ruined it for mommy. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Thanks, honey. I appreciate it.
Guys, let me tell you what's happening here. Zoe was calming me down. She was saying, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, but it was fast forwarded. All right, so I'd like to preface this by saying, let me pause. I need to pause this video. But basically, I was recording when I had COVID and I was supposed to be on bed rest. My COVID symptoms were really, really bad because I am high risk. I have asthma and everything was just, it felt like I was dying. So I sound quite nasally in this video. Use my rat tail comb if I can find it. Here we go. And do one of these to kind of part it. I'm going to use this duck bill to hold that down. I'm going to apply a tiny, tiny little amount, maybe not all of it, on that row. Then I'm going to divide it. I'm going to clip this with another 2-prong clip. Just clip that out of the way. What I do, I usually take and twist. I use the 2-point rotation. So I start from here, hold it. I also have a mirror in front of me, so it's a lot easier for me to just kind of see what I'm doing, right? And then we go up under. These things have not been doing well. And then we go back. And that's pretty much it. We're going to go into the next one. And do the exact same thing. I'm going to clip this out of the way so I don't accidentally interlock. Run it through and lock it in place here, right? And then you can go however many points you typically would interlock it for. Normally, I prefer for the locks to not end this way, but end this way. However, I am very, very cautious of being too tight on my roots because eventually what's going to happen is hair loss, right? Because you're pulling too tight on your scalp, your follicles are going to get damaged eventually. So if it ends in the direction that you don't want it, don't be concerned about it. Eventually, it's going to fall. And so I am going to leave this one as is. This is a pretty good example. And look at my beautiful gray hair. And we're going to move on to the next one. And do the same. Going through here. And this is fine. Okay, I'm good here. So you see with this lock here, it has a lot of frizz. You can leave it as is. I tend to just do a quick little wrap and just kind of wrap it around. Take a little bit of the Napster Lock and Gel, run it around, and do one of these things. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks pretty good to me, right? This is another one that for some reason, I'm not sure if it was missed during the last lock-in. I actually got a retightened in Ghana. I was following a lady on Instagram and I followed or went to her salon. She wasn't there. She had her girls do my hair and I was not impressed at all. I was not impressed. It was 2 girls on my hair at once. It took me maybe roughly an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. But when I tell you the roots were interlocked in some areas, I was pissed. I was like really, really, really pissed. Like, how do 2 people that actually have eyes lock my hair? Like they interlock it at the roots, you know? And it was painful. That was the other part too. Stuff was too painful. I was like, oh no, this ain't it. This is definitely not it. So just like that, 1 row is done. It looks pretty good to me. I'm not even gonna lie. It looks neat. I love how it looks. And as you guys can see, like the gel is not drying. It's drying almost matte, and I love that. I love that about the gel. This is the Napster Super Hold Retwisting Gel for locks and for laying down edges. This is what it looks like. So I will link her Instagram account below. And you guys, 1, should follow her, and 2, should patronize. She is a woman of color, and we do like to support our women of color that are out here trying to make things happen, right? So I'm going to go on to the very next row. And this is not a part of the next row. Oh, and these things here I got from the Dollar Tree. I don't know what they're called. Like, they look like telephone wires from back in the day. If you don't know, well, first of all, if you can't recognize this as a telephone wire from back in the day, you're young and it's beautiful. But those who know, you know. So I'm gonna spray it again. It's a little bit of water, right? And then take my rat tail comb, start with the parting process where we part the hair. And one thing to keep in mind, in between reties, make sure that you are separating your roots. If not, those suckers will grow and interlock. And it's the most painful thing when you have to separate it when you're getting your hair retightened. Okay? Especially when it's not you that's doing the retightening and it's like your loctician. I haven't found them to be so patient when it comes to the separation process. So be your own advocate. Do your due diligence at home and separate. It takes you minutes, you know. Every time you wash your hair, make sure that you're separating it. It's important. It's really important. Trust me, guys. I know what I'm talking about. Because I've had some very painful times with this whole process. So, you're going to take this, twist it, clip it back, and out of the way. I'm going to use a bigger duck bill here so it keeps everything intact. I try to grab, especially in the front, because I'm not a big fan of the whole baby hair stuff. You know, if you like it, I love it. It's just not really for me. Occasionally, I will, you know, do a little something and spruce it up. Oh, this thing is tight. Something is making my head hurt. Hold on, guys. I'm feeling dizzy, y'all.
Okay, y'all, so at this point, I had started to feel dizzy. The medication I was on was making me very dizzy, so I just had to pause.
I probably got to stop recording and really just chill. Because I'm supposed to be resting. But for me, resting is me not cleaning or cooking. But I think talking is resting, right? Doing what I love is resting. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Ooh, child.
Guys, so I had to stop recording because I felt like I was about to pass out. I will try and upload more LoC videos. I know there is a huge sister LoC community out there that could definitely benefit from some of the work that I'm doing here, as well as some of the research, do's and don'ts of sister LoC maintenance. Just some pretty good gems that you could use in your day-to-day sister LoC maintenance routines. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.
Can I hit the make you what I'm not a. If you leave me a good time, I swear you are like the oxygen.